everybody? Welcome to the Gung-Fu Super Bros podcast, the number one podcast for Kung Fu martial arts movies and pop culture. Hey, Stevens, what episode is this?
This is episode 101.
101, mother truckers. We're still going strong. Hey, Abarca, say hi.
Hey, mahalo, folks.
Super producer Stevens.
Hello.
Enrique.
Hello.
And Enrique, if they want to get a hold of us or see all of our amazing social medias, where can they do that?
Go to our link tree, linktr.ee/Gung-Fu Super Bros.
You paused. I don't know if I wanted to fill it in. I almost choked on my water, bitch. Like a little more than I wanted me to fill that shit
I thought I messed up, and then I realized I didn't.
All right. Okay, Abarca, you're my go-to for this one all the time. The internets were angry about Lizzo.
Yes.
But then they got her back. Enrique has no idea what the fuck we're talking about. So, last two episodes since we last recorded of The Mandalorian, was it like, are people now like, we're back after the last one? Or is it too soon yet to know that? But I know they're mad about Lizzo.
No, they're back on board.
All it takes is one hit, bro. All it takes is one hit. But for the people that don't know and the people that know, what happened the last two episodes and why were people so angry?
Well, not everybody is happy with this season of The Mandalorian. And the reason is because it's almost like the Star Trek movies where one is good and the other one sucks and then the next one is good. And so that's how people feel. Like every other episode is meh. And the ones that are hitting are the ones that people are actually liking. So there was an episode last week, as of the recording, where the Mandalorian and Bo-Katan are looking for Bo-Katan's old crew. They just happen to be on this fancy rich people world, kind of Wall-E-like, where robots do all the work for them. And so before the Mandalorian and Bo-Katan have to find them, or get to see the other Mandalorians, they have to go see the king and queen of this world, who happen to be Lizzo and Jack Black.
Peaches.
Yeah.
Hey, we can't get the money for that.
And because of that, people were like incensed. They're so angry. They're like, look, I like my Star Wars, but this season, it's jumped the shark, which is a term that refers to an episode of Happy Days where the Fonz jumps a literal shark on skis, on water skis.
And that was like the end of the Happy Days, right? Like that's when everybody was like, it's fucking done, right?
It's done.
The last season or something.
I don't even know if it was, it might have been the last season. But ever since that, jumping the shark refers to a show, kind of the start or the end, like, this is not going anywhere. We got to bail on the show. And so for a whole week, people are angry because Lizzo got to hold Baby Yoda. And I think they're more angry because of that, because I would love to hold Baby Yoda. I tried to at Disneyland, and the Mandalorian is like, hey, stop. No touching the baby. And it's crazy that they programmed those movements into the Mandalorian's system.
That's cool.
Yeah. So... yes, they are angry because of that. And here's the thing: this episode is like it's like a matlock. It's a mystery as to why these robots or these droids are going crazy on this world. Spoiler alert: it was old man Doc Brown that reprogrammed them, and we have Christopher Lloyd in this episode, which was awesome too. Like why are you mad that he has a job?
But everybody hated this episode.
Yeah.
Well, not everybody, but online.
Yes. People who think that Star Wars owes them something are very mad at this episode.
One time, I'll let you finish. One time, John and I went to the Golden Glove, which used to be this really cool store / like baseball card shop and stuff in town, man. I miss it. Except for the fact that you'd have to fucking get past all the Magic the Gathering guys. But it was cool. And there was a guy, he was literally the comic book guy. Well, he wasn't too bad, but I remember one conversation he had, I'm sure you remember, John, where he was telling his buddy how he was going to go to Comic-Con and basically tell Mattel how to make their new G.I. Joes. Do you remember that? He swore, bro. He was like, I think Mattel needs to do this to their next G.I. Joe line or whatever. And I was like, what the fuck are you, dog?
Well, I'm gonna stop you there because
he owns Mattel.
Because Hasbro.
Hasbro
is who owns Mattel. Who owns Mattel? Jesus Christ! Now I got the dumbs. No, Hasbro is the G.I. Joe maker.
Yeah, and he was serious about it though. Like he was pissed, bro. He was pissed at how they were making the action figures. He was gonna let him know.
These action figures are no longer good. I want them to be multiple points of articulation.
Yeah, it was like, who the fuck are you, bro? Can you wrap up my fucking comic and shut the fuck up? I was like, come on, bro. Like,
and when they listen, I am going to be hero to all the nerds.
Yeah, it was interesting. Which, as much as I talk shit about that, I feel like sports fans are just the worst at this too.
Mookie Betts, I don't know why you keep playing that way. I think if you did a little more exercise, you could improve your batting average. Oh my God. Okay.
It's like, bro, these guys are superhuman. They're fucking not normal human beings, bro. So the guy you think sucks in a pickup game would put 800 points on your ass. So shut the fuck up and admire them. And when your team sucks, your team sucks. What are you gonna fucking do? That means the other team has better superhumans. So then, okay, fast forward 1 week. People have been shitting on Lizzo and Jack Black. They hate it, whatever. And then yesterday happened. What happened yesterday?
Yesterday, the Dingerens clan, the Mandalorians who do not take off their masks, or I'm sorry, helmets, united with the Mandalorians who were with Bo-Katan, the ones who do take off their helmets. And so Bo-Katan is like, hey, you know what? Our home planet is still alive. Is still there. It's not poison. It's not destroyed. It's reffed up, but we can fix it and we need to go there. But there's all these monsters on it. And so what we got to do is we have to all band together because we can't keep arguing at people and we have to come and have a middle ground. And I thought people are going to hate that, right? They're like, don't you tell me who to like, all right? The liberal media is telling me. So no. They were like, all right, everyone's on board. They go to the planet. They get there. And it turns out that Moff Gideon, Gustavo Fring himself, or from Breaking Bad, has built a Imperial base inside their planet.
Oof.
And not only does he have an army of TIE fighters, an army of new stormtroopers that have the same metal,
the Beskar
armor. He has his own armor. So he has got his own Mandalorian suit.
And he's like, I'm going to bring back the Mandalorians, but they're evil Mandalorians.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. And so we get to see in The Last Jedi, the Red Guards that Rey and Ben fight.
Yeah.
He's like, he calls the Empire. They do a conference call and they're like, hey, the Mandalorians are coming to our planet. We think they're going to attack. Can you send me some of those red dudes? And you know what they did? Sent some of those red dudes.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
And so there's a badass fight sequence, how they storm. And then not only do we have the helmets, the non-helmets, but we find out that people survived the atomic blasts, the nuclear war on this planet. And now there's like
Mandalorians.
There's actual Mandalorians on this planet that are like, hey, we're down. We're taking our planet back. Let's rock and roll.
That's cool.
So people love it. And they're like, oh my God, this is great.
You know why they love it? Because the Empire's back. Long live the Empire.
The bad guys, right? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Space Nazis.
But let's be real. Like, I think some of the coolest shit in Star Wars are the bad guys, right? Like, that's who I always gravitate to. Like,
thank you.
Luke's a bitch, bro. So Vader was always cooler, bro.
Luke's a bitch, bro. Is this the title of the episode?
He's the whiniest motherfucker in that first movie.
In the first movie, yeah. He has
Solo's cool, but he's like tweener, bro. He could go bad. Like, you get that feeling that he could go bad if he needed to. Like, he did bad shit. Right? You know, so I get that. Like, I don't know. I always
not in my Star Wars. Greedo shot first.
Exactly. Who shot first? That's cool. Well, look, I mean, sometimes people just need to relax, right? And give people time to tell a story and just, you know, especially for something that's already been giving you hits. Like, have a little bit of faith. Sometimes they do fuck up, though. I remember I was like the hugest Dexter fan, and I got to a season where I was like, oh, fuck. You know, and it just never seemed to recover. But I still tell people you got to watch Dexter. Like, for season 1, 2, 3, like, those fucking seasons are amazing. Like you still got to watch it. So it's kind of like, just give them a fucking chance, bro. They gave you hits. Like, they can fuck up a little bit, and then if they get to a point in the story where it all makes sense, let them tell it.
But not every episode of every show is gonna be perfect or to your liking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just gotta accept it as a whole. I'm the biggest Friends fan you'll ever find, but there's definitely episodes that I skip if I'm, I turn it on at night and I'm watching, and there's episodes I just don't like as much as others, and it's okay. That's just for whatever reason I don't like them,
It's not your thing, like you said. But there's other people that probably love that fucking episode, right? And
yeah,
it's like, it works for me.
And love episode or hate episodes that I love or whatever.
Yeah, no. So okay though, but like, of how many episodes has it been this season already?
We had 7. There's one more.
Okay, so 7 in. So it's basically it's getting to the end of it. 7 in as a season. How are you feeling about it though? So
it feels like they're setting up the other shows that are going to come next, right? Because
what's next?
Well, next is Ahsoka. And then we have that is going to be like Rebels Part 2. Ahsoka is Anakin Skywalker's Padawan. She left. The reason we don't really know about her was because they just invented her 10 years ago or 15 years ago. But basically, the Jedi do her wrong. She's a learner, right? She's an apprentice, and the Jedi do her wrong. And she's like, you know what? I'm not a Jedi. I'm not a bad guy. I'm who I want to be. And she quits, which is something we've never really seen in Star Wars, right? You're like, wait, you can just let this go? I'm like, yeah. And so she kind of goes off on her own adventures. And every other kind of season or series, we see her come back in some sort of way.
And what was cool, man, is that they basically blamed her for something. And she's like, and Anakin Skywalker comes to her and is like, dude, you're back in. And she's like, nah, fuck you. Like, you all thought I did that. You should know me better than that. And she was like, I'm gone, dude. And she kind of went and did her own thing. And and she just looks badass because like the look, double lightsabers.
If you've seen an orange character that has these tegru, these tails on her head, that's Ahsoka. Yeah. And so there was a TV show called Rebels, which was about a crew of rebels kind of right before or right after episode 4, which I used to call Star Wars, but now people have this other stuff. And so this is kind of season 2 of that. And we're going to get this character that existed. So before Disney, before the dark times, they created a trilogy of books called the Thrawn trilogy. And in this story, there is a character, an alien, who was so badass. Not only did he join the Empire, but he became high up in the Empire. So much so that when the Empire lost, he decided to take over. So there are 3 books, which are the sequels to 6, 7, and 8, before the prequels even existed, right? And so for the longest time, this is like officially what happened, and they would have been the next movies. And so Disney buys it, and they say everything that came before doesn't exist. We're going to tell you what is real now. And so the character is so badass and so beloved that the original writer comes back to work for Disney, and they write 3 more books based on this character within the new canon of the Disney Star Wars.
Damn, so the original writers from those other books, original writer came back.
Yes.
Ooh, that's cool.
And so we're finally going to see how Rebels finishes, but then we're going to see this character who is instead of the gray uniform, he's in an all white uniform. He has blue skin and slicked back hair.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, man.
Abarca, are you in the camp of Disney that Disney ruined Star Wars?
No. Here's the thing: all those books, they still exist, right? The idea that what you love has to stop because other people write more adventures too. At this point, you know what? Anything that wasn't George Lucas is fan fiction. And the fan fiction that these people are writing is good enough to still make money, to still bring people back. Without Disney, we don't get Grogu. We don't get Din Djarin. We don't get Rogue One. Yeah. Right? We don't get the return of Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker. And say what you will about that series, people wanted these characters and they're like, hey, here you go. And then it's not good enough for people. And you're like, okay, well, we gave you the gift and you're like, I don't want it. Well, here's the receipt. Guess what? You don't have to watch it.
Because Lucas was done, right? He wasn't going to do anything else.
Lucas was going to do 3 more. But the thing is that he's married again. I think he's very happy. And he said, you know what? I have all this money. Even before selling Star Wars, I have all this money that I need to do something with. And what am I going to do? And so part of it goes to his kids, right? But that's a very small fraction. And he, for the longest time, not only has he invested in technology, but he's invested in education. And so he set up the George Lucas Educational Foundation, and the integration of technology into the classroom. Without him, I don't think we get Google and kind of Google Classroom. I don't think we get Canvas, because these ideas, these crazy ideas, you know, it's crazy that someone can see into the future and at the same time know that and play the long game, right? I can wait. I don't have to make these new movies because I can wait. And in the meantime, I'm going to raise my kids and I'm going to be happy with them. And I'm going to adopt more kids because you know what? Other kids need love. Dude, like when he passes, like the books, all the stuff that's going to be written about him, he's truly a visionary, right? And we only get so many. But to go back to your question, George Lucas basically says, look, man, I want to have this I want to have a foundation. I want to have a museum to science fiction, not to me, not to Star Wars, to all of science fiction. And you guys, when you go to your soccer games, you get to see this giant spaceship behind the Coliseum, right?
That thing is going to be crazy, bro.
Yeah. Like I'm just thinking about all the times that kids are just going to get drawn into that shit because of how it looks. And in the end, once you get them in, bro, right, they're going to learn something, and that's badass. Yeah. And dude, just visually, it looks amazing. Like, I'm like, fuck, dude, what's it gonna look like next time I go? Like, if we drive by, like, what's it gonna look next time I go?
Yeah, but it's kind of cool that we've seen it from
the
dirt to through all the stages
to this. Right, the last time I saw it was last year when we went to the game together. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, there's a giant spaceship that looks like it can take off, or maybe it can. But so. I don't necessarily think that George Lucas is done with it. I just think that he's not. How old is George Lucas? He's not a young man anymore, right? How many more summers do you have on this planet?
But I guess what I'm asking is, whenever before he sold to Disney, was he planning on releasing more movies?
Yes. Okay. He was planning on making 3. He called Carrie Fisher and George Lucas is 78 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So to make 3 more movies is a 10-year commitment. The way he works, Disney, what they did was they gave us a trilogy in a very short amount of time. If you remember, Star Wars would take 3 to 4 years in between movies because like Cameron, he's building the technologies, he's pushing these things forward. So he's like, okay, now I can have this. And it's funny that you asked that because today I was reading an article that said, George Lucas had this idea, and this is kind of what it was. And so when he sells it to Disney, obviously he's like, hey, you know what? I'm giving you my baby. You figure it out.
Which Disney got a hell of a deal, right?
$4 billion.
I mean, I don't know. You think he could have got like 10?
I think.
Was it looking back at it now, I mean, it was a pretty good investment, don't you think? I mean, Disneyland has... Like even the parks are kind of, I mean, they have a whole fucking section to the park dedicated to this.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just, it was a perfect way for Disneyland to kind of expand and enter a new era, right? Because after a while, everything gets stale. And you still have the OG stuff there. That's cool. It's always going to be fan favorites to someone.
Yeah.
But now you're adding all this section, like all this other stuff. I mean, it's like, come on.
And people are going to get on that older. Like I have kids that are like, I know dang well they don't know what Indiana Jones is, but they go to Disneyland for something else, and probably for Star Wars, probably some of the newer things. And then they're like, oh, that Indiana. Oh yeah, I know that, right? Like, you know, and that's what they, but no matter what, right? They're like, oh, okay, I'm going to go check that out now, which they might have not done that just for that, right?
Yeah, dude. And here's the crazy part that for much hate that the sequel trilogy gets, there are people who didn't like Star Wars until there was a girl, and they're like, "Oh, like she's a girl like me, and she has a lightsaber, and she's kind of cool." Yeah. So this past weekend, over Easter weekend, they had Star Wars Celebration in London.
Celebration.
And so we got to go to it last year. It was our first time going to Star Wars Celebration. And they announced 3 movies. It's not a trilogy. There's a movie that's going to be set in the past. It's almost going to be like a Bible epic tale of how the Force and the first Jedi came to be. There's going to be a movie set 15 years after Episode 9, where Rey and hopefully Finn are working on rebuilding the Jedi Order and this new Republic. And right now we have all these TV shows, but what's going to happen is that all of these shows are going to end, and they're going to end it with a movie. This kind of end game movie where the Mandalorian story might show up. So everybody shows up to
that's going to be fucking amazing
to probably defeat Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Oh yeah, okay, that's cool. Thanos.
Yes,
I like that. That's cool. That's awesome.
So to give you some insight, yes, the transaction was $4 billion, but the real transaction was he got 2.21 in cash.
Money.
And he took 37,076,679 shares in the Walt Disney Company.
Holy fuck.
So
that's the moneymaker right there.
Yes. So at the time, Disney stock was at $50 per share.
Okay.
And currently, or whenever this thing was written, I can look at that. But currently, it's over $200 per share. So he's made like $8 million in just the stocks that he got from that sale.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's made way more money than that $4 billion
to leave to his family, to leave to humanity in a museum, to leave in this educational foundation. Like, right? There's few people in our lifetimes that will make an impact. And he's making a good impact in science fiction in the world. The person we thought who was going to bring the future and get us to Mars is fucking up right now. And we're like, I don't think we're going to follow this dude.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. When he talked about Mars, I was like, wait, what?
Hey, no. Artemis 2 is going back to the moon next year.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're going back to the moon. And Space Force.
Space Force.
Space Force, we're back, baby. All right, Enrique. Just like I come to Abarca about certain things, I'm coming to you about this. Is baseball cool again? Did they figure it out, Enrique?
Baseball's always been cool.
But you know what I'm saying. You know
Go
what
get
I'm
my
saying.
comics, Stevens.
Did they figure something out? Did they kind of?
They did. I think they did. Hey, before I forget, because I don't know if it was last episode, you asked me to make a prediction about this coming season.
And you said Giancarlo was going to be.
I said Giancarlo Stanton. I meant to say Aaron Judge.
Oh, I thought so. That made more sense to me.
Yeah, because I mentioned the contract year and all that. Yeah. That was me. But fun fact. Fun fact.
He's asked.
I'm sitting here watching opening day baseball. First game of the day, Yankees against Giants. And first at bat, Aaron Judge comes up and hits a home run. And I'm like, awesome, good.
But man, did they figure it out, Enrique? Like, what happened?
I'm loving it, dude. I mean, they're knocking out at least 30 minutes per game. I mean, you blink and the games are halfway done. I mean, and in a good way.
Yeah.
I don't see the changes, which we're talking about the time clock, the pitcher time clock, and batters also have to be in the dugout and make eye contact with the pitcher after a certain amount of seconds. I haven't noticed a big difference or negative effect as I'm watching a game where it's annoying or whatever. It sped up the game, and I love it. It's great. It's working. The runs are up.
Yeah. The
steals are up. The hits everything is up, except the game times have declined by an average of I don't know. Stevens, you can probably look it up. They're 30 something minutes which is in baseball, it's a lot.
Yeah.
My brother went to a game and I had time to come by and kick it with us at your pad that night. The game started at 7. He was back here in town
like 10:30.
10:30.
including an hour and a half drive time.
I used to leave that. Yeah, exactly. I used to leave games at that time, and it was the 7th inning.
Yeah.
So
and we'd get home at midnight.
Through the first 1.5 weeks of the season, the average game time has been down 31 minutes.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
It's great. I mean, what have you thought about it?
I'm watching more baseball.
Yeah.
I used to, there was something about a pitcher and they're like, oh, he's one of those guys that does. And it's like, just fucking pitch, bro. Like, God damn it, man. And it was frustrating because it is that inning. And then the little things of not being able to change that many pitchers, because that used to drive me fucking wild, right? Like, so all these rules that have been changing throughout have kind of led to this. And I love it. I think it's
even
awesome.
when they have runners on base, they can't
throw to first.
Yes.
Or even
I did not realize that.
Yeah.
Or even fake it. They can't even fake throws. You can't think
1,
2,
yeah,
or something. And then if you do it again, you have to throw it. And then after you do your second one, you're not allowed to do one. So they don't do it because then if the opposing team knows you can't throw over there, they can steal. They can get a bigger lead.
So there's more steals, more runs.
So nobody throws to first.
Yeah, you get the more exciting back pick, which I like catchers trying to do that.
Exactly.
I always like that. That's cool. Yeah. That's like they're trying to throw behind the runner and see if they can get them. So, which is fun. To me, that's a little more exciting than a pitcher. Because I think the pitcher does it not knowing they're not going to get them. They just want to keep them closer to the base, right? But that again, and then they were subbed out. And then here comes another pitcher. And they have to warm up. And then they're a slow pitcher. So it's going to take a while before they throw. And you're just like, fucking play, let's go, man. So I love it. I love it. I think it's way more exciting. I love that they can't shift anymore. So people can hit up the middle like we were taught since we were little kids. I think all of that's really, really cool.
I think it's been really smooth. And, it's for it to be obviously the first year. We're a couple weeks into it, of course. Dude, you would expect it to be kind of a rough transition. And I thought it's been pretty smooth. And I feel like it's only going to get better because the players are going to get more and more used to it. So, you're getting some violations now where you could say it's going to take some other players more time to get used to everything, but all that is going to go away. It's just going to be the way it is. And it might knock out more time.
Find out another way to,
because they're going to get used to the fact that they just got to speed it up, and they're just going to get more comfortable, and it's just going to go quicker, and you're going to knock out 45 minutes out of a game. Mm-hmm. It's great. That's what we love about LAFC games is like we're in, we're out. Like we know exactly how long we're going to be there. And
knowing when you get baseball, out and knowing that it's there, it's a set time. I love it.
Yeah.
You can plan around it.
Right. Yeah. So I think it's been, props to Commissioner Manfred. I think it took some balls to do this because, so many baseball purists don't want to ever change anything.
There was 100-year-old in his ear, but like, whoa.
Exactly. And he's not a young man.
So now this? You're like, wait, what?
I give him credit because he's not a young man. Like he's not like a new generation of baseball fan. Like he's an old timer himself. Mm-hmm. And to make the decision that was, that in baseball history, it's gonna be there. It's like I don't think a lot of people would probably have the balls to put themselves out there and be like, yeah, I'm the guy that did that because. That can go
get more
wrong.
Game time in.
And now it's the choice of a new generation.
That's what you did there. All right. I'm going to test your baseball fandom, Enrique.
Oh, shit.
Bleacher Report dropped a list. I just want two duos. I want 2 duos on this list. Bleacher Report dropped the 10 best power hitting duos of the 90s.
Like teammates
in a team? On the same team in the 90s that just killed it with power hitting.
Is it the Bash Brothers?
Yeah, that's one.
That is one of them. Damn, Abarca. Yeah, you have to get 2 different ones. And if John knows it doesn't count.
He beat me to it. That was one.
He beat you to it. Yes, one of the 2 duos is Jose Canseco and Mark McGuire, a.k.a. the steroid-infused forearm bump of the Bash Brothers. Damn, Abarca came in hot, bro, with that one. Wait, Enrique, wait. Can you get a second, Abarca?
Can I get a second? McGuire. Langford? Who else was on them?
You're looking up the list, aren't you?
Fucking cheater.
Yeah, that was an honorable mention, so it doesn't count.
No, but McGuiger's probably on it. He's on
it again when he was with the Cardinals. He is on it again with Ray Langford. Yes, Ray Langford. All right, but that was an honorable mention. All right, Canseco and McGuire off the list. All right, Enrique, what do you got?
I'm gonna do. How many are in this list, by the way? What's a list of 10? Can I in the 90s?
You can
Albert Bell.
Ooh,
and Jim Thome.
And who?
Jim Thome.
No.
Albert Bell and who? Kenny Lofton? Oh, Manny Ramirez.
Manny Ramirez.
Shit. Okay.
All right, let's go. You got 8 left. You're missing an obvious one, especially for you, and that's too much of a hint. But
Griffey A-Rod?
Griffey and
Edgar Martinez? No. Jay Buhner? Jay Buhner sucked.
Wow.
You're down to 7. You haven't got one yet, bro. Albarca got one.
And that was before the list was pulled up. So that one was actually counted.
You didn't get that one before the list was pulled
Okay,
up.
so we're thinking Braves. Braves dominated the 90s, right?
Okay.
David Justice.
You're gonna be pissed.
Who else was on this fucking team? White Boy? Was it White Boy?
Well, you want me to tell you who it is, bro? I'm literally telling you who it is by this bat swing of mine.
Oh, Fred McGriff?
Fred McGriff, yes.
Yeah.
So one of them is David Justice and Fred McGriff. He also had that like wraparound bat swing that he had.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a Giants duo in there?
Of course it is. Yes. It's Barry Bonds, bro.
Barry Bonds and who was that?
Come on.
First base?
No, not Will the Thrill, fool. No. You're going to be mad if you don't get this either.
I forget.
4, 3, 2,
outfield?
1.
This was 30
Williams.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
Eric Karros and Mike Piazza?
Yep. With the Dodgers?
That's with your team, bro. How did you
I guess.
No. You also forgot Juan Gonzalez and Rafael Palmeiro.
Is the Big Hurt in there?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Carlos Delgado and Sean Green, and for the Toronto Blue Jays. And then the Big Hurt is in here with, is it Robin Ventura, I think? Larry Walker and Andres Gallagher for the Rockies. And then Frank Thomas and Robin Ventura for the White Sox.
Robin Ventura.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very disappointed in myself, I have to admit. I want you guys to know that I appreciate your friendship because here pretty soon I'll lose my mind. I forget everything, bro. I watch a show. I sit here and the next day I'm like, what did I watch yesterday? And I'm like, I forget what I fucking saw. I don't know. So
one thing I know you didn't forget was for your height only. And we'll talk about it after this break.
Just in case you didn't know, Weng Weng is Agent 00, and he's back with more adventure in For Your Height Only. Yes, Agent 00 is back, and he's more defiant, more daring, more full of surprises. For Your Height Only. It has more thrills, more action, more chills, more skills. Agent 00. He's more full of fighting fury than before. Join him and Yellen Catral, Carmi Martinez, Ana Marie Gutierrez, Beth Sandoval, his group of intrepid crime-busters as they ram through a network of syndicates and bust them wide open to save society from oppression in the name of justice.
I am Mr. Giant. I want your formula of
the end wow. That's what I need in my organization to conquer the world.
No, it could be the end of the world.
Weng Weng is back, just the way you'd hoped he would be, and more. This time braving odds, coming face to face with countless dangers, risking life and limb as only Agent 00 would.
The Peace Resistance. It's a beaut. A real winner. Your gadgets, 00.
You're really a miniature bot. Boy, that's in the movies. In real life, you die.
Face it, there is no one as compelling or as big in the world of Secret Service agents as 00, with always a trick up his sleeve. Nobody does it more conventionally or unconventionally as Agent 00. Mark it well. This is Agent 00, and he will stop at nothing to get his man in. For your height only. For your height only, one motion picture treat you have owed yourself in a long time. Let Weng Weng, Agent 00, and Tony Farrell, Tony Falcon take you on a high ride to entertainment. For your height only.
And that was a trailer for Your Height Only. Hey, yo, Barker. Hit him with the back of the box.
Okay. So I'm going to read this, and I feel like none of this happened in the movie.
Okay, wait a minute. I love that this is the only time Jones are like, hold on.
Hold on.
Wait.
Take it easy. All right.
What do we got?
Mr. Giant has kidnapped the brilliant Dr. Van Kohler and is planning to use the doctor's invention, the N-bomb, to hold the world hostage. The only one who can foil Mr. Giant's evil scheme is Agent 000, a 3-foot tall Filipino martial arts master, expert marksman, top-class romancer, and all-around super spy. Can Agent 00 rescue Dr. Kohler before it's too late? This movie is written by Cora Cabales, directed by Eddie Nicart. It stars Weng Weng as Agent 00, Yellen Cattrall as Lola, Carmi Martin as Marilyn, Marie Gutierrez as Anna. There's just a whole bunch of ladies, and then we get to Tony Ferrer as Chief.
Oh, Stevens, I have so many questions about the money aspect of this movie. So please be ready for that.
I will look that up.
Hey, yo, Enrique, what'd you think of this movie?
I forgot this movie. I have nothing to say. I don't know what happened. I don't know who's in it.
You got to know the first 10 minutes at least.
I'm drinking a beer because I don't want to talk about this.
Wow.
Wow. American Ninja is better than this.
Yes, yes. Cut that. Flip it and repeat it.
I'm gonna trim it. I'm gonna make literal
Let's make a song.
clips out of this on YouTube. It's
If you're an avid listener of this podcast, you know how much I hate that movie. This movie sucks.
as an NFT, dog. That's we're gonna get rich off of that clip alone. We're selling that shit as an NFT.
I don't know what to say. I did not enjoy this movie at all. I was really mad at you guys for making me watch this.
We never saw it either. I just want to point that out.
I saw a trailer and I was like, I'm in. And you know who I'm bringing on this ride with me? Enrique.
I can't find the joy and like comedy in bad movies like you guys can. So I'm just out, dude. The whole time I was just thinking like, I need to be watching this other movie that I've been putting off for months.
Fair.
But no, I'm watching this because these people I thought were my friends are making me watch it.
That's fair.
But this movie did something weird to me where as I'm watching it,
it touched you.
It touched me in the very wrong places that I did not give permission.
In the cockles of his heart.
But as I'm watching this movie, there's the way, and I don't know if it's directing, I don't know if it's editing, I don't know what it is, but as I'm watching the movie, I can see the crew behind the camera saying, you're gonna run out, and then when you stop there, look in that direction. And I'm seeing this as I'm watching the movie and as a finished product, and that shouldn't happen. Like I shouldn't be thinking about the crew that's making the movie as I'm watching the finished product. And I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys, but there's so many scenes where the main character runs out of buildings and is holding a gun and is like aiming at a enemy that we see maybe in the previous scene, or he's chasing someone, and it's just like he runs out, points the gun, no kind of like not great acting, if I can say that. And it's just like it cuts, and then we go to the next one, and it's the exact same. It's like just a different location, but it's the same thing. And I don't know. I just didn't like this movie. I don't know. Does that make any sense? Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say?
Your fucking hate for this movie and how you're trying to verbalize it instead of just being like, it sucked donkey dicks. Fool. It's okay. This movie was fucking shit. I just rewatched, as you were talking, this 3-minute clip from the dojo, and I'm all, this motherfucker jumped on two fools with the speed.
Oh, okay.
Get that high.
And then Steven made the. I know.
I was in this movie, Enrique. It would last 30 seconds because I would kick that son of a bitch in his face so fast, fool.
Stevens mentioned last week that there's so many people that die in this movie. She's absolutely correct. So many people die in this movie, and we see blood one time. And the one time we see the blood is,
I don't even remember blood.
Yeah, it's in one scene where he shoots a guy on the arm. No blood ever comes out. He catches the guy, has him on the ground, and puts his foot on it to puts pressure on it, like to force him to give him information. And we see blood coming out from the side of his shoe. And that's the one time we see blood.
The one time we saw blood was from his nose when somebody lifted him over his head. He's like, I've never been this high. And he just, his karate is like half break dance in this dojo scene. It's fucking, God damn.
Dare you people. This movie's gold. Yeah. This movie is like this week's episode of The Mandalorian. And you guys are acting like Lizzo and Jack Black are jumping around.
Can we talk about Super Mario Brothers, the Super Mario Brothers movie? Because I watched that. this week.
Pages. All I'm saying is when he throws that fucking hat, bro, and that shit slowly floats towards people, and they have to wait to get hit by it. Like, you know, it's kind of like, nah, dog, hey, fuck, dude, that could have been bad. Like, they could have dodged that hat. They're like, hey, hold, hey, oh, that almost got me. But instead, they run away from that fucking hat. Abarca, how did they make that hat float around? You called it. What is the hat on?
It's a fishing pole. All right, hey, move it. Come here, move it. All right.
Is that how they did the jetpack scene too? Oh shit! Fuck.
They threw his
Should
ass.
I have said?
They just fucking, hey, and they fucking just threw his ass. It's similar to what they did to the German Shepherds and fucking Fist of Fury. They just threw his ass, and that was it, fool. Oh my god, this movie.
I mean, did you guys enjoy this?
No, I'm glad I saw it on YouTube. That shit would have.
I did too. By the way, there is no fucking way I was paying for this.
Guys,
there is no fucking way.
I have the remastered 4K. I know Enrique loves this 4K.
No, I'm not interested.
Oh my god. Okay, Abarca, and I love shitty movies, but this shit I was not. Did you enjoy this movie? Like, did you really enjoy it?
Did I love this movie.
Shut up. Answer the question, honestly. Shut up. Stop.
Scouts honor, bro. Loved it.
No, you didn't.
I was
No, you
in.
didn't.
If I could make this number 5 right now on the top
Shut
of the list,
up.
I would. All right. He's got the gadgets. He's got the tools.
Does he have the gadgets?
Yeah.
He does have the gadget.
He's got the belt.
He's
Bro,
got
there was
glasses.
The belt buckle.
There was 2 scenes where he's maybe it was more than 2, but I remember 2 scenes where he's like sliding on the floor on his back, and it's supposed to be like this cool scene where he's like getting away from people and like shooting,
and he shoots some dude in the face, man.
the very first time this happens, and obviously someone is just throwing them off camera and just throwing them. Obviously that's what's happening here.
What?
And the first time this happens, they throw him too hard and he hits his head on the wall. And I love that this like it was an accident and they keep it in the fucking movie.
No, they can't reshoot that motherfucker.
I know. Yeah.
It's one take. Here's the thing. This movie is shot on film. That's the crazy part. It's shot on film, right? So if someone were to buy this movie and remaster it with the help of you folks at home, 4K.
No, the crazy thing is not that this was made on film, is that this was made. Period.
On film.
Yeah, on film.
Okay, okay, Abarca, you like it like you liked American Ninja, like you like those movies, right?
Oh, it is so cringy. Of course I do. He has the highest line? Like his bangs are 5 inches long.
He's trying to get mine straight, dog. He's trying to get mine straight. And give it up, LeBron. Like, it's fucking over, bro.
Dude, like, look, make your movies, bro. Like, do your thing, but he's like I'm like, he's just like a ladies' man. Like, he just starts talking to girls, and they're like, "Hey, let's go fuck."
When you want to just move, when you want to
just go fuck,
yeah, bro. When you're the hero of your movie. Yes,
I did legit laugh in that scene where he takes that girl to the room, and what was this? You texted it? I think was it you, Stevens, that texted it in the group.
Hey, we don't but I got a different line.
We got a better line.
Yeah, bro. You know what?
But what he says?
He's like, maybe it's the way you straight your stuff. You know, sex is like tequila. You take one sip and you're a goner.
What the fuck does that even mean?
But that's what she says, right? That's what she says. And then what does he say?
Shall we get it on?
No, I said,
Shall we get it on?
Shall we get it on?
No, stop. No.
That's the dub. That's not how he talks. That's the dub in the movie on YouTube that is on right now. I'm not making this shit up.
And then he's got the best looking nipples ever, I have to say. Jesus
Enrique,
Christ.
It sounds like you really liked this movie. That's what I'm going to say.
No.
Stevens, he just made a fucking claim that I want you to look up.
His nipples?
Ever.
First
Stevens,
of all, I
go.
can't even find your budget answer. Like, there's no
I'll give you a
money
hold on.
information.
$8 to make this fucking movie. That's what that should fucking cost. It was $8 to make this movie, bro. Stevens, best nipples in movies. Go.
All right. I'm looking.
BBK.
Oh, man.
Fast Time at Ridgemont High.
Go to private on my
Weng Weng, and For Your Hide Only.
Fast Times in Ridgemont High. Facts, bro.
Batman and Robin. Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin.
Yeah. Yeah.
This movie is too cringy for me.
It's too much. It's too
I
much.
love American Ninja. I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it. This was too much. I fucking hated this movie, bro. It was so bad.
Yeah.
It was so bad, and it wasn't like. I think I like American Ninja more because it takes itself seriously. Where this is so bad that you can't take it seriously.
Stevens is just straight up pulling up ladies?
Porn?
What the-
Just
Porn up.
I didn't say stop, but
Not in adult films, you pervert. Stevens, in regular movies.
All it said was nipple scenes.
yeah.
It took
skin.
It took her to Pornhub.
Number 1, Rance Grisby. Barker knows about that.
Yeah.
All right, I've got some choices for you.
Okay,
You've
all
got
That's not my finger. That's the size of a nipple.
Dude, the homie Rance. Nipples came out
Nipples
the ear, fool.
movies. So you've got Nipples movies
Okay.
from Best and New Films, and those are actual movies, I think.
All right.
Some of them. And then you have top 10 gratuitous female nipple scenes in movies.
That's the one we need. Click on that
Yeah,
one.
right there.
That one? All right.
What do we got?
I
Top
wasn't
10.
sure if we were talking about ladies or men, so.
Oh, this is
either
Watch
or.
Mojo?
Can we go 5 to 10 and then 4 to 1 if possible on that list? Go ahead.
And don't go too fast because I don't type that fast anymore.
Number 10, best nips in movies. Steven.
Where is it?
What a tease. You're such a tease.
But there's only 3.
And then next, can you look, Stevens, for the next list, can you look for best tips in movies? And see what-
Best tips. I don't think there's a list for that, because how many tips do you see in movies?
Oh, dude, I still have nightmares about that
You
one
could
movie
probably
with the African
list them all.
soldiers. What was that one? You know what I'm talking about, Barker? The one with I have a man crush on him. The English actor. They wanted him to be 007. Beast of the Wild.
Mahershala Ali?
No.
No.
Idris Elba.
You're talking of Idris Elba.
It was called Beast of the Wild, I think. Oh, if you guys ever watched that crap, dude, bro, there's a guy walking with third leg in that motherfucking movie. You get to see all of it before it's like scary, bro.
It was not a list. It was more like someone asked to pose the question, and then people were like, Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah. I only got 3.
And I was like, Weng Weng.
Oh
That
my
list
God.
did not
All right,
work
Stevens,
out.
while you're hunting very
still
slowly
look.
for this list, the scene, speaking of nips, the scene where he gets his gadgets and then he walks outside and puts on the glasses and then all the ladies' clothes come off. First off, fucking gross. Second, why can't you see through the typewriter?
They're made of lead. Just like Superman, 1977
No,
or 8.
sir. He mysteriously clothes fly off because they're X-ray vision glasses, but they don't see through. They see through clothes, but not through people, because that'd be fucking stupid. But it doesn't see through typewriters.
Yeah, the T-1000 can approximate stabbing weapons, but it cannot make complex machines. Just like his glasses can only see nipples. But why is everything on your screen blurred?
Stevens, make sure you close all the boxes before you go to work tomorrow.
I know. This is the best search I've done yet.
It says, what Hollywood celebrity has the best nipples?
Oh, okay. What are we talking about? Who is it?
No, they were all blurred.
There's nothing there.
You have to click on the blur, and then it probably shows up.
This is a con that people tune in to listen for. I've seen the game. There we go.
This is
every time this man fights anybody, I'm so angry You talk about it's not believable. Kick him.
What?
Kick him.
Kick him. Bro.
He's too quick. He's so quick. Then he's like a tiny Batman where he hides in the shadow. He hides in the bushes.
Oh my God. With the white suit on in the bushes and shit.
That's how amazing he is.
What's that big ass white thing in the bushes? What the fuck? Why is it like?
Dude, but even he's kicking fools like how hard is he kicking you? Honestly, like, come on, bro.
Look, one day, next week at work, just expect it. Some little dude's gonna punch you in the chest and then kick you in the balls and see what hurts. Again, Stevens. I didn't say switch off.
Stevens forgot that she's supposed to give us the results of the list. She's just like,
oh my God.
I can't.
You know what it is? Is that normally Enrique's in that seat, and that's exactly what he does every episode.
yeah.
And so I'm like, whoa, bro, what's happening over there? I was like, is that Idris Elba in that Africa movie?
It wasn't him. It was another dude in there, bro. But I'm telling you, bro.
And then Enrique's looking at memes. He's like, it's the dude that's sitting on the edge of the bed, and then it's like a nightstick.
It's fucking scary.
So no one's top 10. You want to talk Super Mario Brothers? I'm caught up on Ted Lasso. I've been watching a lot of stuff.
Hold on, wait. Stevens, how many movies did this motherfucker make? That's what I need to know.
I had that pulled up. Hold on.
Oh, you mean Weng Weng?
I got to get out of my thing. 13.
Yes. He made 13 movies, Enrique. He's on the streets.
Good for him.
Yeah. He died in 1992.
Okay.
Way to bring the podcast down.
He died at the age of 34, you jackasses. He was born in 1957. Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't kill him. What the hell? What are you calling me a jackass?
Your comments hurt them all right? First of all, there's not a lot of Filipino movies that get made. And when you finally have one, you just you're like the guy when I go to work and at the corner, there's a bank and there's a homeless guy just shitting all over that bank. That's what you're doing right now. On this legacy, on this movie, on people.
This is why I didn't want to talk about this movie. This is why.
Oh my God, guys.
Because now I'm getting blamed for him dying at 34.
Chop Suey met Big Time Papa. I don't know what that is. It stars Weng Weng.
No, look, listen. We're not watching any more Weng Weng. We're done.
Wait, I just want to clarify. No more Weng or no more Weng Weng?
Tell that to Stevens because she's got Weng Weng on the screen right now. You know what I'm saying?
Best tips in the business.
Oh, man.
Oh, the cute, the sexy, and the tiny. 1982. The Impossible Kid. And he comes back as Agent 00.
You know what's funny is that on the poster for IMDb, he's Agent 3'7", but then he's not like in the movie. It is. I was looking at IMDb and have the movie poster, and it's Weng Weng is Agent 3.5. Actually, it's 3.5. I'm sorry, 3.5 in for your height only.
I want you to put a picture of Weng Weng right between Stevens and I.
Isn't there in the trailer? Isn't there a whole scene of him like in a gi, like in a dojo, like training?
It's a 3-minute scene.
Is this in the movie?
No, I don't think so. Right?
You mean practicing his kung fu?
Yeah.
I told you not to call me when I'm practicing my kung fu.
Yeah. This is not in the movie, right? I'm not crazy.
It's a deleted scene.
They use that clip in every scene, in every movie, bro. It's literally him doing this. Like, that's what he's doing the whole time. I swear to God, look it up, bro.
People not watching this on YouTube are missing out.
First off, on all the screenshots of Steven's computer that you're going to put up, and then all this. So,
you guys can't watch these.
Steven,
Weng Weng's doing his kata over here.
Didn't I nail it, America? It's basically that, right?
He looks like he's dancing. Like
he's almost break dancing. Yeah. So, Stevens, do we have a list of the best nips in Hollywood?
I don't think so. Not one that
there's a whole lot of videos.
I could say the names and everyone would be like, "Oh yeah." I mean, you guys might know a few, but I would not know all of these.
What are you trying to imply? What are you trying to imply, Steven?
Selma Hayek in From Dusk Till Dawn.
I think you can make your own list, and we could probably publish it and be the first to have the top 10.
Oh, okay.
I'm training day.
I'm down to do research on this.
Enrique's like, got it. Don't worry about it. I'm going to start right now. See you guys next week.
I have a full schedule, but I can make some time. I can squeeze it in somewhere.
Stevens, you were blown away by the music in this movie because do they even try?
What music? It's what song?
Yeah,
okay.
It's for your eyes only, but at a like slower pace, and it's the dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun dun dun. It's
But you don't
James
hear
Bond.
the nuances because your
You
untrained
don't.
ear doesn't know the nuances.
Yeah.
It's one key or whatever.
Yeah.
It's that famous interview of Vanilla Ice, right? When they're like, he's like, oh no, man, there goes dun 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 dun. Mine goes dun 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 dun. Oh, okay, that's different. When he said that with a straight face, and it was actually right?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Was pushing him. Like, did you steal that beat? He's like, no, man, it's different, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
Dun dun.
Yeah, exactly. So none of his other movies, except for the one you say he comes back at. So every movie he makes, Barca, is like a different genre per se, or
I don't know.
a different hero, maybe?
There's one called The Invisible Kid, and it looks like it's the same pose, the same James Bond posed. Agent 000, that's the first starring role. Oh, is this cowboy one? The best in the West.
That was his last movie.
I know. I gotta see this movie.
How would you say that again?
The best in the West. That's not him on a cowboy.
That's not him.
No.
There's a scene where they're like, you better make that grave 3 feet deep. It was like,
Oh, dude, come on.
In this cowboy movie, he is just Weng Weng. Like, he's not a character.
He plays himself. What do you mean? He just plays himself. Average day, Weng Weng.
Yeah. Though I did start the beginning of another movie. I believe it was called Wild Wild Weng. Or The Wild Weng.
Okay. And how was that any better, different, the same? What was that?
It started off like they're in the country, like, and then someone came, like the girl that was in this movie is in that one, and then one of the guys is in it, and then I was like, oh, you know what? It's 3:00 in the morning. I probably should go to sleep. So then I laid my head down and I just dreamt of little Weng Weng. I counted little Weng Wengs. I was like, bloop, 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 bloop.
Just him jumping,
Yes.
jetpacking over a fence,
No, it's just sliding on the across the floor.
sliding underneath the fence. Every one of those just like.
I fell asleep in a short time.
Merp, merp. Bro, he kept coming up short. Yeah, oh, that's great. Yeah, this movie's horrible. Stevens, what you think of this fucking movie? Be honest.
It was as horrible as I expected.
Hey, you're on that storm.
I loved the first 10 minutes, though.
What happened in the first 10 minutes?
I think my favorite line, and then he met the Q guy, who was also the boss sending him on the mission.
Hey, Weng Weng, hello, 00.
And he starts off by giving him the mission, but then he's like, oh, and here, I take these things with you, this belt buckle and these glasses.
What's the belt buckle do anyway?
And this hat.
Oh,
and he just showcased all, and it was like never ending. It was like all of these things.
He was more impressed that he found a belt that fit his ass.
Oh, man, come on. They went to Sears.
Wait, Sears was an interesting store though, because like where else could you get fucking like tools and some fucking pants, but not work pants, just regular pants. It was
like Walmart before Walmart.
It was. Ooh, are you saying? Ooh, was Sears more?
But you could buy appliances at Sears.
Oh, Kenmore for life, vato. Like I rock Kenmore for life, bro. I still got a Kenmore fridge in my thing that's like 37 years old, bro. Still goes. Like I love that. But what I'm saying is, was Kenmore the Walmart or was Mervin's the Walmart?
But Mervin's really only had clothes. I mean, it had a little bit of toys and stuff.
Which one was considered the more lower? Right?
I wasn't going lower. I was going what you could get there. Like when I go, I can go to Walmart and get fishing supplies. So I could go fishing. I could go camping. I can get.
When's the last time you went fishing,
I can get
Stevens?
some new clothes.
I bought
it's been a long time, but
I bought a fishing rod for a thing I'm working on.
A tackle box.
No.
Put a hat in that. Put a hat.
If Marco buys a tackle box and that shit's never been used, that's a whole other thing we got to worry about.
Okay, quit your Weng Weng.
But you can go to Walmart and get toys and all kinds of crap. You could do that at Sears and get pretty much everything except groceries, right?
Okay. Yeah,
that was my comparison, not the low price level. It was I
think once it switched from the catalog to an actual location, it was a different thing, but it's still like the catalog had everything.
Sears Roebuck.
Yeah.
The Sears Roebuck catalog. When we went to the Richard Nixon library, they have his house, like his childhood home. And they're like, oh, his dad, he ordered it from the Sears catalog.
The house.
And you're like, wait, what?
The house?
Yes.
Yeah.
The fuck?
What?
It was a kit.
It's just a kit, like a self-manufacture home or whatever.
Holy
right?
shit. That's cool.
This is the house I grew up in.
You know what's crazy is Sears is still online. So you can still go to Sears.com and buy something. Right? Yeah.
Can you buy your Kenmore there?
I think Lowe's got Kenmore.
Lowe's bought Kenmore and Craftsman.
Yeah, because I'm not even trying to be funny about that, guys. Kenmore all day, every day, bro. Like they're
we believe you, bro.
We believe hard in this world. Weng Weng movies, bro, and Kenmore appliances. That's the two things, bro. I'm telling you right now.
I'm going to buy the catalog of Weng Weng movies
to remake.
They're going to be mine. I'm going to own the exclusive rights. I'm going to remake them.
Let's make Enrique the star.
No, Ivan could be our Weng Weng.
Will you be our 00?
Enrique's just handing himself, 000. Here's this soccer ball. Here's Jax.
The real question here is who's gonna throw Ivan across the floor?
Oh, fucking shit, bro! Like that'll be a lot harder now, dog. I'm gonna tell you
we'll make that happen.
Listen, I've done it before, and I'll do it again.
Exactly.
Oh my god! All right, Enrique, what's your question for the day?
We remake it. That's how you make it better.
Yes.
Let's
Gung-Fu Super Bros makes it?
Yes.
Remakes it?
Gung-Fu Super Bros Studios.
All right.
Presents.
In association with Weng Weng International LLC.
Okay, when we get to 1 million subscribers, guys, we're going to make this happen. We got to get to go 1 million, though. We got to get to I want that plaque. I want that YouTube plaque. Get us there. We'll remake this fucking movie, guys.
It is going to be a Patreon exclusive. You got to be on that top shelf tier.
I don't even know that you can make this better because...
Wait. I got an idea, guys. We remake this movie, but we only make one copy of it. And we sell that bitch in a super dope ass case, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. That's the only person that can watch this movie is one fucking person. We sell this bitch for over $1 million and we out the game. That's it.
I am down with that.
Let's do that. All right. You heard it here first, guys. Get your money together.
$1 million or $1 million hairs?
Whatever. We'll take it. Whatever works. All right, Enrique, what's your question?
Can we even make this better? I mean, how? I don't see a way to make this better.
Well, that's
how? You blow this bitch up, fool. You just blow that bitch up, fool. And
that's what I'm saying.
Look,
I'm going to
make a Spanish language version with Octagoncito.
Oh, but that motherfucker can go.
Exactly. That's what's missing. I bet you there are I don't even know the correct term. There are a small people who can fill such big shoes as Weng Wengs.
Oh, dude, the Mexican wrestlers, bro, since I've been a kid, they always had that, like, that was part of who the wrestlers were. And Octagoncito, bro, that motherfucker was doing shit. And it didn't matter what height you were, you couldn't do what he was doing, bro. Like,
what about that comedian that's small?
Kevin Hart?
No.
Oh, you're talking about Kevin Hart.
Is it Brad Williams?
Yes.
Brad Williams, yeah.
Brad Williams. Look, you remake this movie with someone and you have them train. You know, like Keanu Reeves style.
But the problem,
Keanu Reeves in it.
No, hold on. But the problem is that's never gonna be believable.
Nah.
Like that doesn't work either. No matter how good they are.
Stay out though with these cars that go to space and coming up with this bullshit.
when you were going on your,
I believe Tyrese can make it.
Cars go to space. What are you talking about?
They're the smartest dudes on the squad. Without them, they can't. They build those fucking cars.
Hold on. When you went on I complained about him as an action hero. I did, because it looks fucking garbage. Has nothing to do with being small. It just looks ridiculous. You complained about the make of the movie. I think if you put some money into these movies, you can make it believable. That's what it is, right? It's not just that he is who he is. It's that he is who he is, and he's fucking, and the quality is shit. The difference
he needs weapons. He needs weapons. He can't just kick fools and be like, oh, that fucking destroyed that dude. Like, it's not Bruce Lee, bro. Like, you can't just do that. You gotta have stuff. You gotta have weapons.
We literally watched the series with the Willow series.
Yeah, there you go.
Right?
That's different. That's magic, right? We can
That's
make
magic.
That work, whatever it is.
Give it magic.
This movie is magic to me.
Let's be real. The Jim Kelly movie is at the level of this movie. The thing is, Jim Kelly's a fucking badass.
Exactly.
There's a scene where Jim Kelly kicks the shit out of a motherfucker with no hat on, and then the next scene, the motherfucker has a hat on.
Yeah.
Magic.
And I was like, motherfucking Jim.
Magic.
What it is money. Look, you need money. You need train them a little bit. Don't have your own page boy haircut. Wear a fucking wig.
Is this quality any worse than? I mean, I know it's worse, but really, is it a lot worse than Fist of Fury? That shit was garbage, bro. Quality wise, but Bruce Lee blows the fucking screen off, right? I think that's what it is.
Open casting call for little Bruce Lee.
Because that's what it is. Jim Kelly just is amazing, right? Like he threw he throws panties at the other guy while they're doing a car chase, bro. He has girls training on trampolines for no fucking reason. Like,
there was a payoff for that.
there was. You're right. I'm sorry. I stand corrected about that. But that's what I'm saying. They fight in a car wash. Like that's the thing, right? But Jim Kelly's so amazing. All this movie is missing is either one, you put money into it to make it believable, or two, you have to find a superstar level guy. That's what makes the movie better, right?
And I bet you he's out there or she's out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lady Weng Weng. Like Lady Bloodfight?
Lady version.
Lady Weng Weng. There's no such thing as chicks. How many guys
in Asia?
Oh man! All right. You know what, Stevens? We haven't talked about the top 10 lists in a while. I'm just wondering, what's our top 10 list, Stevens? Oh wait. Sorry. Enrique, would you tell people to watch this movie?
No, God, no. Not even free on YouTube. Just don't.
Habarka?
Watch clips of it.
Okay. Stevens?
Clips, maybe. Or just the first 10 minutes. And then once he gets all his gadgets, just call it a day.
Just so you know why why I'm giggling this whole fucking podcast. I'm sorry. Fuck you for a certain part of people that don't like it. Eat a dick. You know who you are. Are you sure? But watch it, because then you'll get it. Why I'm fucking. It's so. But not the whole thing. 10 minutes is good. You can totally get the whole movie in 10 minutes. So you just watch it. You'll see enough of the fighting. You'll see enough of everything.
Okay. Here's my one beef with this movie.
One?
Yes.
Oh God! How? Okay. Oh my God! Okay.
Our brave hero 00 gets captured and he gets put in a trunk. This wooden trunk, and he takes out a device, and you see him put kind of like a C4 on the side of the trunk, and there's a guy sitting on it so he doesn't escape. And so in my mind, the way the scene works is that the box would explode and it would send the guy flying, and his butt is burning. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Aye!" And he jumps out, right? But it doesn't. Weng Weng blows a hole in the side of the trunk and then kicks his ass.
Yeah. So you want it like comical, like
yes. Comic. Because either you embrace it or this is dead serious. Dead serious. This movie stars Peter Dinklage.
And we go full blown, like fucking dead serious.
And you laugh at me, but guess what? Either later on this year or next year, the Toxic Avenger remake comes out. And you know who the Toxic Crusader is?
Mm-hmm. Is it Peter?
It's Peter Dinklage.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
And he is a man that says, "Look, I'm not taking roles. I'm taking the role because it's cool, and I'm not doing your stereotypical bullshit because of my height."
Is it gonna go serious though, or is it gonna, because Toxic Avenger is a weird ass fucking wacky movie, right?
I don't know, because he doesn't do those kinds of movies. So in my mind, it's got to be like serious, like he's the next superhero.
Yeah. That's an odd ass movie, right? Like there's a documentary about that. Yeah. What was the director's name?
Lloyd Kaufman. I've met Lloyd Kaufman. He loves. Have you ever seen a trauma movie, Enrique?
No.
Okay, so Lloyd Kaufman is from the East Coast. He makes very low budget movies. I think there may be enough martial arts in a little movie called Sergeant Kabuki Man. So at some point,
we'll have to watch
maybe
that.
after Enrique's movie, we're gonna watch Sergeant Kabuki Man. And you thought Weng Weng was horrible? No shit, motherfucker. You should learn when to shut the hell up.
But these are like cult classics, right?
They're cult. They're really cult movies. Yes. So we're watching a trauma movie. Steven Seagal.
So we'll get to the movie we're watching next, just to fucking cleanse your palate before we go on to those. But again, watch it just so you know what the fuck we're talking about. But you can watch 10 minutes and you're fine. It's not going on the top 10 list. But Steven, can you remind me?
What is that?
I know. I'm not the top 10 list. At number 1, you have Fearless.
Yes.
Number 2, The 36th Chamber of Shaolin.
Woo!
Number 3, One-Armed Swordsman.
Oh.
Number 4, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Number 5 is Enter the Dragon. Ooh. Number 6 is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Damn. Number 7 is Police Story. Number 8 is Police Story 3, Super Cop. Number 9 is The 5 Deadly Venoms. And at number 10, you have It Man. And then the Big Boss almost made it.
I'm going to tell you this. I put up any martial arts fucking podcast out there, martial art movie podcast out there, to fucking make a better list and actually watch these motherfucking movies to make this list. So I'm putting that out there to all the motherfucking martial art movie podcasts out there. Best list in the game. Best list. We number 1 on that list. Like, that's what I'm going to tell you right now. We number 1 on that list. But Steven, it's a list that we really are going to look into now. The top of the worst. What do we got, Steven?
So number 1, you ranked Kung Fu Zombie. Ooh. Number 2, you ranked Silent Rage. Ooh. And number 3, you said American Samurai. Which, remember that movie? That movie?
I do.
Remember that? Like, he was sleeping on the couch and she comes in and he wakes up from his I don't remember if they were red or blue, but it's so dumb. That movie was dumb. I don't remember. I remember Van Damme chonies were maroon.
Is this the Kung Fu Zombies? Is this worse than Kung Fu Zombies?
You put For Your Height only on this list?
I did.
Will you wait till you respect Weng Weng enough until all 3 of us say yay or nay? For me, it's a yay.
I say it's number 1 worst movie we've watched. I will say that. Number 1. I think it's worse than Kung Fu Zombies. And Kung Fu Zombies was shit, but it gave us a playmate, and I'm down with that. So I'm going to say that this movie is worse than that. So yes, number 1 for me. Abarca?
Listen, guys, it's number 5 for me. Dethroning Everything Everywhere All at Once. For Your Height only, Weng Weng.
Everything Everywhere is number 4.
John thinks it's 3.5. I wonder why. No.
John is so mad. John is so mad that he didn't say that at first. He's like, God damn it.
No, here's the thing. Here's the thing. No, like that's literally how it
was a mental melt. That's what it was. Where are you putting it on the list?
Okay. See, but Kung Fu Zombie is the one where they bring back people from the dead and then they inhabit the body.
Yes.
And it also has the James Bond theme song.
Yes.
I think
that one doesn't that one have Amazing Kid act like, isn't there a scene where there's a bunch of kids?
No.
Where
you are thinking of the
vampire one.
That's yes, the jumping Jiangxi.
Yes, we are thinking of that one, Enrique. Yeah, he's talking about the other one.
Kung Fu Zombie is like a late 70s, early 80s. That was super low budget, and then at the end, the monster inhabits the vampire, and so it's like the fat old man has to fight the vampire, and then there's another guy fighting. That movie at least had really cool jumps and martial arts.
I'm still putting Weng Weng at 1. Weng Weng, bro. Still putting Weng Weng at 1. So where you put it in, America?
Well, Stevens keeps switching the list to look at naked ladies.
I was trying to find the name of that movie.
All right. So is this all our list, or we just have 3 on this list?
We just have like 3 or 4 on this list.
You have a few. Like,
well, she's got multiple things here. Like,
but you only have 3 numbered.
Like American Ninjas on this. Invincible Dragon, which is our number 2 movie that people keep watching and listening to the podcast for.
You're welcome, Anderson Silva.
American Samurai's. Okay, how are we ranking this one?
Remind me, what was American Samurai?
That's Michael Dudikoff.
Yeah.
And
where there's a journalist that all of a sudden shows up.
Yes.
So on this list, Silent Rage, which is the Chuck Norris movie.
I don't know why that's on this list.
Because it's fucking horrible. That's why.
That movie was
Stevens.
So is okay. So here's the question: is number 1 the worst? Or are we?
Number 1's the worst.
Yes.
Okay, number 1.
Okay. Yeah, easy. Number 1, the worst movie we've seen.
Yeah, because American Samurai is better than this. But if you tell me American Samurai is worse than this, and that's 4, then
no,
it doesn't work.
I agree. American Samurai's ass, but there's still little parts that made me giggle. I still love some of the shit. The way they get from hating each other to like having sex is stupid. The fruit plate in Silent Rage alone is better than this movie. Like the fucking sexy fruit plate is so dumb.
Thank you.
The fake Michael Myers, like, it's so stupid.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is for me the worst. The worst.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we in agreement have a new best worst. That's what we just came up with. New best worst.
Congratulations, Weng Weng.
Weng Weng. And who knows? We might get you again, you son of a bitch. All right, Enrique, what are we watching next week? This is an Enrique.
Hold on. Yes, but we need to get the right title.
Okay.
Because otherwise people won't be able to find it.
Okay. So this is Enrique pick, similar to when you used to go to Blockbuster and the managers made their picks of movies and you're like, oh, I like that Kevin guy. He picks good ones. So this is an Enrique pick. The last one was a Stevens pick. All right, Stevens, what is the name of the movie?
What the hell just happened now?
Jeez, Stevens, come on.
We're not taking Steve. We're not even letting her go with us to the Blockbuster anymore. She's not getting out of the car now from now on. Stevens, you stay in the car.
Damn, Stevens.
Look at this cover.
I guess that's fair. Dang.
I ain't getting you no damn red vine. Stay in the car. God damn, dude, I still remember the last time I went to Blockbuster. Holy shit.
Really?
Yeah,
it was
located. It was in the Albertsons shopping center by my house. It was where the Little Caesars was at, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or next to it. And yeah, that was like the last time I ever went to a Blockbuster. I went there.
Me and my dad used to go to it was a mom and pop video store. I used to love going to this thing. It wasn't very big, but I used to.
You always try to live behind that beaded curtain, though. You pervert.
No, I don't even think they had. I don't even think they had a section like that in there. But
they had one.
They had a section, bro. All the
you got to ask. He's like, oh,
maybe I wasn't. Maybe I wasn't old enough to look.
Yes, I peeked.
But yeah, the video stores were cool. Yeah,
it was a spot, bro. It was cool, man.
Yeah.
I was more concerned looking at the horror ones. I'm like, oh, look at this. This one lights up and has eyes. Ooh, sleepaway camp. What's this one about?
Stevens, what movie are we watching next week? And Enrique pick.
We're watching Kung Fu Jungle, starring Donnie Yen and Teddy Chan from 2014.
Is this the one?
Is that the one?
Enrique had a different one.
I know.
Kung Fu Killer is what this comes up as.
Oh, okay.
Kung Fu Killer is a couple of other things.
Ooh. But it says Kung Fu Killer on the poster, doesn't it? Director Teddy Chan?
Yes, on this one.
It's always
That's why I said there's a couple things, like it's a couple different names, I think.
It does say Kung Fu Jungle on the IMDb.
You know what you are? You in the Kung Fu Jungle, baby. You're about to die.
So it's 2014 is what you're looking for, and it's pretty much available anywhere, with ads on some places.
Oh, okay.
To rent, you can rent anywhere. You can buy it, but it looks like it's free on. Well, it says Prime Video subscription, but you might have to rent it. Fubo says Peacock, Roku, Tubi.
It's on Hi-Ya.
On some places. Yeah,
it's on Hi-Ya if you have Hi-Ya.
It's on hell yeah.
Guys, we need to get to, and we'll watch that for next week, guys. Just speak at Kung Fu Killer, Kung Fu Jungle. We need to get to the new Fist of Legend on Hi-Ya. That does actually look pretty cool. I want to see how.
Wait, the one that stars Donnie Yen, or the one that stars the other guy?
A new, new one with the other guy.
Because we literally just watched the video saying one of the best Donnie Yen movies is Legend of Fist: The Return of Chen Zhen.
Ooh, okay, or maybe that one. Okay, but that'll be down the line. So there's something to keep in.
I mean,
if you want to type that one in.
You know, there's 27 Yang Gang movies or Weng Weng movies
that we need to get to first. So we'll see.
I think this movie is available on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
I'm watching it right now. Well, no, it comes up as Kung Fu Killer.
Okay.
On Amazon
Prime. Kung Fu Killer. 2014.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's make sure when we watch this, we're watching the same movie, guys. Not like that other one.
Well, that's the trick to some of these,
was 3 hours in into another movie.
I saw part 1 and part 2. I don't know what you guys are complaining about. That one did have the little kids fighting, and then the next one, it was a whole different movie.
So the one I'm thinking of is where he gets released from prison to help the police find a vicious serial killer who is targeting martial arts masters.
Ooh.
This is not. This might be the movie where they show him in prison fighting, and that's a pretty badass scene.
Yeah. Did we not watch this? It's called Death Warrant, bro. Come on.
No, it's called The Raid Part 2.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right, guys. So that'll be the movie for next week. We are excited to get back on some good shit. So hopefully this one is. Hey, Abarca, where can they reach us to leave us some message?
Hey, folks, if you want to leave us a voicemail, go to www.gungfusuperbros.com or call our Google Voice number, 661-401-5941. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. Watch until the end. It helps the algorithm. Smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. If you are listening to us on your podcast catcher, leave us a review, comment, subscribe. New episodes on Mondays. New Weng Weng content on our second channel. Weng Weng for life.
For life. Remember, guys, when we get to 1 million viewers, we are going to remake this movie. So you guys got to get us to 1 million so we can remake this movie. I want that plaque, bro. That's what we want.
And then it's that plaque, but we're going to inside the little play button. We're going to put a picture of Weng Weng.
Oh, life size. All right, guys. So on that note, hey, Barca, say bye.
Be good humans, folks.
Super Producer Stevens.
Bye.
Enrique.
Bye.
And remember, my name's Ivan. Love you guys. They said they would peddle my pretty bod as a prostitute.